Are we? I guess we've kind of started, haven't we? This is already awesome. Fortunate enough to be here with Kirk Hammet of Metallica fame. Thank you so much for allowing us to. So this room is where you practice before you go and rock.
This is our what we call the tuning room. There isn't really that much tuning that goes on in here, actually, when I think about it. It's more playing and discussion and, warming up. But yeah, this is where we come in and just run through a few songs before we go out on stage. Mm-hmm. And it's great because, it gives us a sense of, continuity and it gives a sense that they're all warmed up together, which is great. And, it's also gives us an opportunity to work out any sort of things that we need to work out or, any changes or whatever. Or, just rehearsing a song that we haven't played in 10 or 15 years. There's still a few songs out there that we haven't played in that long a time. And, if we decide to play one of them, we'll come in here and knock it out.
Well, we're privileged to be in here. So I've never gotten a chance to talk to you before. So I have to ask, if you had to pick one record or artist or maybe a performance you saw or maybe something you saw on TV that made you go, okay, this is it. Music is it for me. What do you suppose that might have been?
In my past?
Yeah. No, going back to day one.
No, I'll tell you. I mean, there was, I was 13 years old, and the Woodstock movie came to our local theater, and me and a couple friends went to go see it because we went mainly just to see Jimi Hendrix. Forget about all the other bands that played. Okay, Santana's cool, but all the other bands are just all a bunch of hippie stuff. But we wanted to see Hendrix,
right?
And we not really had ever seen any footage of Hendrix before that,
right?
This is before video or anything like that. And so, access to the footage of Hendrix playing was really, really rare.
Right.
So we went to the movie to go see footage. And I can remember just sitting there and being so blown away by what I was seeing and what I was hearing. And then the next film after the Woodstock film was a documentary about Jimi Hendrix. Mm-hmm. And it showed Jimmy from, the beginning of his career to the end of his career. And I was just blown away. I could not believe what I'd just seen, because I was somewhat familiar with his music, but, seeing him perform it and execute it and, seeing a part of his personality on stage and all the little idiosyncrasies of his performance, of his playing, of his sound, it just hit me so fully that I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to be that guy.
Right.
I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. And it wasn't important to me whether I was a huge successful star or not. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be able to play guitar like that. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be able to express myself in that fashion. And all those many ways that Jimi Hendrix was able to express himself, because he was able to play just about any type of music.
Right.
And his music had just such a wide range of styles that influenced it and are in his music. And so for me, he was like the complete picture. I mean, he was a guy, amazing performer, amazing guitar player, amazing songwriter, mm-hmm. Super charismatic, super cool looking, amazing sound, tone, his personality seemed to be cool, didn't seem like he was an a-hole or anything like that, All those things resonated so deeply with me.
One thing that I get watching you on stage that I totally get watching Hendrix, his guitar seems like an extension of him. It's not so much someone playing it, it's the sounds that are coming out of him and that guitar, same thing together. Like when I see you on stage, just everything from your facial expressions to how you're moving to it just seems like you and the guitar are one thing, and that's an intensely Hendrix thing.
Yeah, I will not deny it. I mean, people don't really see it so much because, Hendrix doesn't have the exposure, mm-hmm. or, he's just not as popular as he once was. I mean, at one point he was the biggest thing on the planet,
mm-hmm.
But if you, that's a very astute observation on your part.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, he's such an influence on me that, I mean, even the way I practice is directly comes from Jimmy. And the way he practiced is he would cradle his guitar all day, all night. And that's pretty much what I try to do. Is I just try to cradle my guitar as much as I can, play as much as I can, and, you know, I'm just, yeah.
So you go from seeing Hendrix to 1983, getting the call to go audition for Metallica in New York where they're making their record. And if I'm right about this was like the first time you'd left California?
Yeah, absolutely.
So did you even have a tiny inkling of an idea at age 19 or whatever it was when you're leaving California for the first time that all these years later, you know, 30 plus years later, you'd be doing what we're doing here today? There are tens of thousands of people in every single town waiting to see Metallica here in 2017. You're number one all over the world. It's unreal. I'm sure you were ambitious. I'm sure you wanted to go for it, but did you have any sense of any of this being possible?
No, not in my wildest dreams, you know. I don't think James did. I don't think Cliff did. I think Lars might have had a clue.
Well, all it takes is one of you.
Yeah, I think Lars might have had a clue because, you know, he has that amazing foresight. But yeah, for me, I just wanted to figure out a way to make a living playing music. And that's really, really all I was expecting. Talk about low expecting here, right? Right here. But then, you know, I started playing shows with Exodus, and, you know, I could see, you know, how I could turn this into a living if I played, you know, locally as a local musician, and maybe gave lessons, you know, to people, and maybe did the odd, you know, studio session, that I could probably make a living out of this. And that's really where I was headed to. You know, of course, all my other energies went straight into Exodus and you know, making that band the best that it possibly could be. But, you know, at the end of the day, I really just wanted to be able to not work at Burger King.
Well, mission accomplished. Good job so far. I think you've managed to dodge the BK bullet on this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you had to pinpoint a reason why so many bands have come and gone in the time that Metallica's been around, and you're still here, you're still maintaining, you're still putting out new music that people are hungry for, and there's still, like we said, tens of thousands of people showing up in every city to see you. If you had to pinpoint a reason why Metallica has managed to sustain, what would you think that would be?
Well, I mean, the most obvious thing is that it's our music. You know, our music stands the test of time. I mean, our music, you know, there's certain aspects of our catalog that have just not aged at all.
It's amazing because it's nothing like what was happening at the time when you were doing it, yet it sort of became the standard. You guys, it's other people try and be part of what's going on in the world. You, kind of like someone like Bowie, changed the world to fit what you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when we stood out. We were like the orange in the apple cart. I mean, we stood out so much, and literally there was a point in our career when people saw us coming, they would turn around and run because we were that loud, noisy band with, you know, screaming vocals that play way too fast, too heavy. You know, back then there wasn't anyone like us, at least, you know, that was doing this in the States. You had similar music coming from Europe. But, you know, and for us, we were just doing our thing, and we totally believed in what we were doing, and we totally believed in our mission, and we went for it, man. And somehow or another, we managed to penetrate really, really deeply.
Yeah.
really, really deeply, and now, you know, we're a part of, you know, we're such a part of modern culture that it just blows me away.
It's honestly like, you don't see it because you're not hanging around in the town the week and a half or 2 weeks or month in the run up to your show. But San Diego has become a Metallica city. It's like,
I love San Diego for that.
It's almost like Comic-Con. The All-Star Game.
It's like Comic-Con when the whole place turns.
It's more than that. It's more than that because Comic-Con is people coming from all over the country and all over the world.
Right.
This is the city of San Diego going, this band that has made us our family all these years, has made us family for all these years, is going to be in town. It's like Christmas or something. It's
fantastic.
It's amazing. Have you surfed at all in San Diego?
I have surfed some of the local spots, but not this time around. I heard the waves weren't so happening yesterday, which kind of bums me out. But man, love Swamis. I need to go down to Trestles. I have a lot of friends who are surfers in this area.
Uh-huh.
I mean, San Diego is just one of the surf destinations on the West Coast.
Right.
And so I plan on coming down here more often just to check it out and surf more often for sure.
So when you're surfing, do you ever get like, that's a Metallica guy? He's
yeah, but usually it can't catch me. Right. 'Cause I'm on the wave. We're surfing out of their perimeter.
Very, very cool. Well, we won't take up any more of your time.
Man.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate your time, Kirk.
Yeah,
can't wait to see you tonight. We've been waiting on this for a very long time.
Should be a good show.
Very cool. Oh, also, we have a whole bunch of Rock 105.3 goodies for you here, including a Rock 105.3 sippy cup for the fancy tea that you were just brewing.
I need that sippy cups, man, because I definitely have a drinking problem. Thanks, man.
Thank you. No, thank you very much.
Cheers.